There are some things that you can totally miss during your Marvel Spider-Man 2 playthrough, like some awesome finishers, and did you know that they upgraded the Jefferson Davis and Devil's Breath Memorial from the first game? In the City That Never Sleeps DLC, they added a stone for Jefferson, and then in Miles, they made these pillars to also honor the other people that died that day, which seems fair. And now in Spider-Man 2, they moved the pillars a bit. I'm not sure how that works, but the position is different, and you can now interact with both Miles and Peter. If you do it at the end of the game, Miles will say that you would not believe this month I've had pops, while Peter will say, hell of a son you raised, Jeff. But the cool is that this small dialogue is different if you go to this location earlier in the game. Then Peter will say, doing my best to make you proud, Jeff, while Miles will say, I will find him dead, of course referring to Martin Lee that just broke free. So I was curious if you would have a different dialogue option before the early game prison break, but well no, because the memorial is then still covered in sand. So another cool little Easter egg you can totally miss if you don't go to this location and you find it over here on the map. Something else you can completely miss is actually very early on in the game during that prison break when Miles is drugged by Scorpion and goes through this whole trip. You can already see the man who Rio, Miles' mother, is dating as she walks through the door with Albert Moon. At that point in the game, it did not make much sense. I did not think much about it, but it is interesting that they were already teasing this reveal early on in the game. Another thing you can completely miss was found by Saul Goodman but Black on Reddit, and that is that you normally of course hear footsteps when using a suit. But if you switch to the Forever suit with Miles, your footsteps will be completely silent. I don't think this has an actual impact on stealth though, like enemies I think will still spot you just as easily, but still it's a cool touch. During the photo help side mission that you find very early on over here on the map, you of course play as young Peter Parker on his bike with J. Jonah Jameson. I like these side missions and this is one of my favorites. Either way, now Oopvald figured out that if you go through the construction area and then on your left, so near the container and the blocks of concrete, you can try and glitch your way out of the area like this. Just keep going and then you will eventually break free and now you can explore New York as a young Peter Parker on your bike. But it gets better because if we go to this area on the map, try and go downstairs here slowly, because we want to go full speed into the water like this. When you do, you will make the jump and lose your bike, and then you see that you will actually can web your way out of the water, and now you can use your webs and freely swing around New York as a young Peter Parker. And now you can do everything that you could also do during that early school main mission. So sadly you cannot use the web wings, but you can use that cool charge the jump shortcut by of course putting the charge jump as one of your shortcuts to get a lot of speed, but there are no crimes or anything that you can fight. But it's perfect for the photo mode, and young Peter has poses while standing, but did you know, and I totally missed this, that he also has 10 unique poses while in the air? Like, I never tried this during that main mission. Well, now you can very easily do it. Pick a cool background in the city, it's very cool. Okay, got more cool things you can miss. Of course, if you like the video so far, leaving a like would be awesome, and subscribe to not miss any more Spider-Man 2 secrets like this. Remember how in Spider-Man 1 there were secret finishers depending on the enemy type that you could easily skip if you did not do a takedown on these rare enemies. In the DLC there was even a takedown you could only do against the new jetpack enemies if they were charging towards you. So if you would then counter with a takedown, you would see this very special finisher. There were 2 of these, really cool. Now in Spider-Man 2 there are of course also really awesome enemy specific finishers. I especially love the one against the symbiote enemies where you rip the person out. The highlight in Spider-Man 2 for me are totally the new ally finishers that you can do during missions and in the open world, of course. I never talked about the Black Cat finishers here on the channel for spoiler reasons, but it's of course very early on in the game and we're now far enough from launch. Like, these are totally my favorite. I was yelling out loud when I saw them for the first time. Makes sense we cannot find her in the open world. Would have been cool. Overall, more Black Cat content would have been cool than what we got. Either way, Dange1V found Miles during a crime and did a pretty cool finisher that I have not seen before. Really, really awesome. And there's also this finisher that can make the world spin. You can do it with Miles. It's a glitchy version of one of the regular finishers. But some outfits have exclusive finishers too. The Bodega cat suit, of course, has one where the cat will help you out to take out the enemy. Still one of my favorite finishers in the game. This was also in Miles Morales already. But there was another very special one in that game that you might have forgotten about and that you can also do in Spider-Man 2. For this, you need the programmable matter suit that you can unlock as Miles on level 37. Then, when doing an air finisher, sometimes the spider arms will come out to throw the enemy away. Really, really awesome. And just like we see here in the footage from Olivia Pep, you can also get the spider arms to appear as a ground finisher. Really great as well. And what you can then also do when it triggers is jump into the photo mode and then change the suits from Miles so you can see the spider arms on every suit you have unlocked. Highlights for me include the King in Black suit. The colors just fit very, very well. The Family Business suit looks great with the arms. It looks nice on the 2020 suit as well. And I know not a lot of people like Miles' brand new Evolved suit that you unlock during the main story, but I gotta say, with these arms, it looks way better. And maybe you already knew this, but the shoes from this suit are from Adidas. Well, turns out, as Responsible Ratio on Reddit notes, that the whole suit is an Adidas collaboration. Like, you can buy the leggings and the chest piece at a real-world Adidas store. Makes me wonder if this was the idea from the start or after they designed the suit. But it's not helping the fact that people did not like it already. And overall, it's kind of weird that it was like presented as like this huge new suit for Miles. Turns out that it's product placement. If it was just like a suit that you unlock at a particular level, that would be, I guess, less of an issue, but now it's like this main story suit. Either way, I totally think it's one of the worst suits Miles has as well. I don't dislike it as much as other people, but I also don't see why I would use it because Miles has a ton of other amazing suits. I would argue more so than Peter. And the arms, by the way, just look fantastic with the Bodega cat suit, and I love how Spider-Man the cat was just really feeling it during this shot. So totally use that programmable matter suit yourself to have these trigger. They are rare though, like it will take some time before you will see them. What I do is the charged jump shortcut that we discussed in previous videos, like the Secret Changes one. I will leave a link to it in the video description. Then I immediately jump up high, do my ultimate, so I don't damage the enemies, but do get my 3 focus bars back. And then just go back and spam the takedowns on the enemies, and then it will trigger eventually. And did you know that you can explore the open world as MJ, and then yes, grab the bike we told you about earlier, take it for a spin. I just overall like seeing the world as a regular character, making New York feel much bigger, and in the dark while raining is pretty nice too. You can miss this. Shout out to Oopfault for finding this, and Kahi Tavi on Reddit for sharing some awesome pictures of MJ going to a lot of landmarks and Easter eggs in New York. Pretty cool to get these unique shots that without this glitch would not be possible. So you do this during the wake up main mission, so hopefully you have a safe close to it. During this mission you of course control MJ when Peter suddenly disappears out of Aunt May's house. Now at one point you will warn the neighbor and can then go across the street. Then on your right hand side you will find an open garage, take the enemy of course out first. Now move through the garage into the garden, and then on your left hand side, so turn back, you can try this glitch by running next to the small fountain and the bushes, and then just keep trying this until you can climb over the fence. When you do, you can freely explore New York as MJ and then maybe take some awesome pictures. Of course, subscribe and like, that would really help us out. And of course, at the end of every Spider-Man video, we are going to highlight the pictures that you can share on our Discord. A link to that in the pinned comments. Be sure you accept the rules when you enter and then go to the dedicated pictures channel and share your shots there. And then maybe Joyce will select them and showcase them. Like we do right now. Right, Joyce? Are you there, Joyce? Okay.
Yes, how's it going, everyone? First up is the Bat, who tried to create an iconic shot from the amazing Spider-Man movie while wearing the matching suit and using the photo mode at night. The second one is from Quantum Pyro with this epic picture of Peter wearing the black symbiote suit. Love the use of bright lighting here underneath to boost the high action feel. And my favorite of the three is from Pam, where Miles is doing an upside down stunt while checking out the view of New York. Lovely foam wallpaper, I would say.
Really cool, and it's just fascinating that everyone is now sharing dark pictures, because we can change the time of day. If you want to know how, if you don't know, check the video by clicking on the screen. Of course, subscribe, like, and we will speak to you soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.